What's up, everyone? I thought I would do a quick stream, and this time it has to be quick because I'm meeting a friend, I'm cooking food, and I'm tired. I just came from the gym, as you guys can see. I'm in my gym attire, but then again, I'm always in gym attire. So we're waiting for the stream. Yes, hi, Cherry. You're the first, and we already got one like. Thank you so much. Hey guys, as you guys are coming in, let's do some talking today. Hola. Thank you so much, Helena. Thank you. Hey guys. Hey everyone. So we're going to talk about how to get. Deborah's here. I got my moderator, so I don't have to constantly look at the screen to make sure there's no weird stuff going on. Hey. And talk about electrolytes. Now I might change the title of the video because it really should be about electrolytes. The more that I'm online, the more I realize that people are very low in electrolytes. I had a consultation with a woman today who had extreme heart palpitations, and I want to talk about heart palpitations with you guys. What's up, Reese's? What's up, everyone? Hola, auntie. Okay, let me see. What is it? Galaxy? What's up, Billie Jean? Okay. And Abe says, hit that like button. Because if we're having people join in the chat, you might as well get the like hit over with. Obviously, it helps the algorithms. I will be e-begging for more likes later. Love these new terms. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to go into the whole concept about the potassium issue that people are having and the magnesium. You guys seem to be very confused, so I might retitle the video. I'm not really sure. Yes, hit that like button. I think Andy said that. Auntie Val said that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's talk about some electrolytes. Now, here's a great, so I get inspired by either the emails or my Keto Course Facebook group. Yes, it's a private Keto Course. Somebody might write something on the wall, or it might be a consultation that I have. So today was a consultation, and this woman was saying that she had heart palpitations. So the first thing I thought was potassium deficiency. That was the first thing. But then when I continued to ask her more questions, hey, Rebecca, then I started thinking about, yes, Brisa says to join the private Facebook course group. It's a keto course group, and it's not $400 a month. Thank you so much, Shala. Thank you. And I see your Instagram DMs as well. So also, you guys, my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. Super simple. Yay, Deborah says yay. Okay, so today was about the electrolyte issue. And I had this epiphany because the people don't really put puzzle pieces together and with their health, and for some reason I do. I don't know how I do, but I do. And the more I spoke with her, I said, you know, this could be a food sensitivity, right? It could be a food sensitivity because she was talking about, you know, having macadamia nuts and that, you know, when she has macadamia, because a lot of people are not doing well. I really want to take out the macadamia nuts off the keto list that I put on, and now I want to put off. Thank you, Henry, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you so much, Henry. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So I said to her, I think that you are having somewhat of a sensitivity or an allergic reaction to the macadamia nuts, which is bringing on the heart palpitations. I then, because she was kind of blaming keto, and I proceeded to ask her if she had because her heart palps were so strong, the heart beating fast, that she actually went to the hospital. And the doctors were like, you're fine. So they were benign palps, which meant that, you know, her heart was getting enough oxygen. These are benign palps, but they're not good. It's not good to have chronic heart palps. And you can have heart palps for different reasons. A lot of ketogenic people have heart palpitations and don't realize that potassium is too low. So let me explain this to you guys. In this case, I started to think that maybe it wasn't her potassium levels. I started to think that she was having a food allergy, sort of allergenic reaction. Because then when I asked if she had this response before, when she had not done a ketogenic protocol? She said yes, but not at this severity. So we kind of dug through and started feeling that, I started to think that maybe she has leaky gut and maybe she's developed very, very strong food sensitivities, especially to macadamia nuts, which most people can handle, but for some reason, it is spiking your guys' blood sugar and you're storing fat on it. So there goes those nuts with the phytic acid again. But I digress. So I started thinking that maybe that the palps were coming from an allergic reaction rather than potassium, and that's really the crux of what I want you guys to pay attention to. If you're having heart palpitations, look at the foods that you're eating, because a lot of people end up eating a lot of mono foods. They'll just eat the same thing over and over and over again and not realize that they're having some kind of reaction to it. Now, I just have to say this. I told myself I wouldn't, but I was watching a live stream the other day from a non-doctor who's got a B next to his name. And I was like, you know, this dude has some knowledge, but not about keto. Okay? Everything he said was intermittent fasting keto. If you had food sensitivities, if you had low blood pressure, high blood pressure, keto, and if you had reproductive hormonal issues, right? Intermittent fast and the ketogenic diet. Okay? You guys, life doesn't work like that. You have to understand the body systems and break it down, right? So I could have just said, eat a bunch of spinach. But I didn't just say to her, eat a bunch of spinach, because there was something missing in her description of heart palpitations, and she had had these heart palps prior to keto. Now, if you have heart palpitations prior to doing a ketogenic protocol, it could be something else rather than potassium deficiency, or it could be potassium deficiency because of leaky gut. But if you eat carbs, your body's holding on to water more. When you hold on to water more, carbohydrate. So when your cells are holding on to water, you're holding on to more potassium. And that is the reason why people don't generally have benign palps unless they've got, you know, really low progesterone. That's another way that you can have heart palpitations. True, if your reproductive hormones are like, and other things. Or now I'm starting to realize that a food sensitivity might trigger this palpitation response. Hi from your hysterectomy girl. Thank you, Natasha. She's like, remember me? She's even lowering. Okay, so I'm going to go to some of your questions in a second. So you guys, you have to get, people are taking these other forms of potassium, chloride. These things are toxic, really, really toxic to the liver. Try to get your potassium from food, right? If you don't have a glutamate problem, get your potassium from bone broth. You can get it from spinach, and you can get it from avocado. Now, some people cannot do spinach or avocado, or they cannot do freaking bone broth. So some people can do pickle juice. So just make sure that it is not that it is organic, and they're using no vinegar, and they're using just real sea salt. That's another way to get your potassium in. A lot of you guys are having some type of potassium issue, or the palps can come from other things like having issues with food sensitivities, or your progesterone could be too low. Now, with that said, why do people think when they have muscle cramps that it's their potassium? It's your magnesium. Even I knew that in 5th grade. You guys, muscle cramps are coming from magnesium deficiency. Now, you could also have be drinking enough water, which will also seize the muscle and begin to cramp up. Or you could have, some of you women out there have menstrual cycle issues, you have anemia, or you have low blood levels, low iron, and that can also bring on muscle cramps. Like weird stuff that we're never taught, that you could be taking tons of magnesium, still be cramping, but have a lot of, like, bleed a lot in your cycle, and it could be for that reason. Or you could be having palps and magnesium muscle cramps from having leaky gut, and all of the magnesium supplements or potassium-rich foods that you're taking are not being absorbed. So then in that case, you have to seal the gut lining, and that's a whole nother stream. You guys are not drinking enough water, or you drink too much water. Where's my water? Okay? You guys need to have at least 2 liters a day, 2 to 3 liters a day. Hold on there. I see it's striped in red. What is it? Ladi? Is the correct amount of water really half of your body weight in ounces? No. So I'm drinking 2 liters, right? So 2 liters is not half my body weight. We have to be careful for how much water we do drink, because when you get up to a gallon of water, especially me at 5'3", my cells will then lose the ability, the flexibility of that cell to actually hold on and uptake that water. So then you're drinking water, the water is not going into the cell, and then you feel more dehydrated, and then you drink more water. You drink more water, and the cells lose their ability, right? They become a little bit lax, and they have the inability to absorb the water. So, drinking you guys just think about your body and living outside. If we lived outside, we would not be sitting and just constantly drinking all day long. We wouldn't do that. We also wouldn't be eating all day long, and we tend to eat all day long, but we wouldn't have the hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal, and thyroid axis, and hypoglycemia and physiological insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes either. So, we just got to find the balance and homeostasis with all this kind of stuff. So you guys, muscle cramps is typically coming from not drinking enough water, along with not enough magnesium. Worst case scenario could be because of leaky gut. Your microvilli are broken, the gap junctions are loose, and things, the permeability of the small intestine is compromised, which can create the inability to hold on to magnesium. So magnesium, unfortunately, has to become supplementally, because there's not enough magnesium in our food, because our soil has been overfarmed, but we can get enough potassium from food. We don't have to take supplemental potassium, and supplemental potassium tends to be very, very toxic to the liver, so is vitamin D. So if you can get outside instead of taking supplements, then you guys are not supplement driven. They have their purpose. You cycle them in, you get rid of them, you don't stay on them, you don't take digestive enzymes forever, you don't take betaine HCl forever. If you don't have a gallbladder, most likely you might be on ox bile. But even some people with no gallbladder can still do high fat on no ox bile. So it's all about the timing of the fat, how slowly you eat that fat and split it up. All right, I'm going to take your guys' questions, and then I'm going to go. Here we go. Let's see here. What makes sense? Wait, okay. Well, that makes sense. Thanks, Steph. Sure. Ride the bike, please, at night. Okay, weird comment. Fantastic body. Thank you, Seema. How much pickle juice? 3,000 milligrams. Yeah, I mean, let's just hope that you don't swell up like a balloon with all the sodium as well. Hi from Virginia. Thank you, Carol Rose. I didn't say no vinegar, Alicia. I said no white wine vinegar and no rice vinegar. If you don't have a dysbiosis of the gut, you could do apple cider vinegar. And if you've got histamine reactions to the apple cider vinegar, then you got to cut that out too. And that's what I said. By the way, somebody commented on my last live stream, you are all over the place. Now, first of all, I went and spoke very quickly on the subject of electrolyte imbalance. I explained it clearly. The portion of where I sound all over the place is when I start to answer questions. For the audience, like right now, what is it? Martina writes, oh, no. So she says, push your, wait, it says push your is what? Push your thumb is double jointed. Plus? Okay, that was weird. Okay, push is what? Thumb is, I don't get that, sorry. Some people really want me to answer their question, they'll highlight it. The questions go really, really fast. If I don't answer, sometimes people are like, you're not answering my question. And that is the reason why people don't understand live streaming in comparison to antiquated videos where you like record it 3 days ago and then upload it. You are like, calm, explain. Not me, I'm like energy. But in a live broadcast, it goes like this. And I'm not just talking about my day. if I spoke about my day, but I'm answering hardcore questions, and that's the reason why it seems as though I'm all over the place, but I'm not. So here we go. Natasha writes, so what should I do? Many food allergies, hysterectomy, and hormone therapy is hopeless. Nothing's hopeless. Nothing's hopeless. So hormonal therapy, like, look, so many doctors love to take out your gallbladder. They love to take out your entire uterus. Stupid idiots. So essentially, remember guys, your adrenals can make estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. You don't have to go on HRTs because you had a hysterectomy. There's a lot of women that go through menopause that have muscles that are lean. Now it's more of a challenge, but this goes by protecting the adrenal glands. Sorry, I'm drinking that water, which will still produce these reproductive hormones, but you have to take care of the adrenals. That's number one. You don't have to go on HRTs. The histamine, you can seal the gut lining. So 1, 2, bam! Answer those questions. You're fine. Don't trip. All right, there's 97 people in this chat and only 52 likes. Can we get the like ratio up? Can I speak? Ratio up. So people can find the stream and for the viewers post. The veins, your veins in your neck is normal? Of course, Martina. Veins? No, they're arteries. Veins in my neck. People say they were darndest things. No, Candida cleanses are not effective, Jeffrey. Like, Candida likes to hide in biofilms. So there's a lot of stuff that you got to do to keep the Candida spore count low. And it's not going to be a cleanse. I ain't going to do anything. It's like a daily regime, a regimen. You're super centered, so you're allowed to be all over the place. Oh, thank you. I am. Nuts to avoid, all of them. I used to kind of allow macadamia nuts, and I'm starting to, people are gaining weight on them, their blood sugar is unstable, and they're not ketotic. I mean, I could see, like, if you work in a hospital, you're a hairdresser, you're on a road trip, you're taking a flight, like, but everybody else, and people are addicted to them like cray-cray. What do you think about listening to different frequencies to heal? I mean, I've never done it, so you're going to have to tell us. What do you think about GABA for panic attacks? I don't like GABA for panic attacks. I like to learn more about, all you have to do is read about the counter reaction to GABA. Some people have a really bad reaction to GABA and also DHEA. So if you think about it, you have this vagus nerve, right? Vegas, not as in Las Vegas, but Vegas as in GUS, and it's going to go from your head all the way down to your gut biome. And so a lot of people who've got anxiety tend to have a gut dysbiosis, right? You've got this going right back up to here, which goes then to adrenal. So you got the vagus nerve, and then this microbiome is in imbalance, which sends a signal back up to here and then to the adrenals, and then boom, too much adrenaline. That's that boing, 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 boing. And if you can fix that because you are sleeping and you are getting your gut biome in balance and you are breathing right and you are learning how to connect to the circadian rhythm, you don't need GABA, you guys. And if you take it, please take it only for the short term. Okay, I get a tingling, anyway, okay, I get tingling in my feet. Been keto for over 6 months, started 2 months ago. So Kelly, is it Kelly? That's probably from cortisol. Now it could be that sort of Raynaud's disorder, tingling, and like, you know, I mean, MS people have tingling. I don't think it's that. But it's probably because of high cortisol. Probably, that's my guess. Tell us more about what your hobby, or my hobbies, things you'd like to do. Okay, well, you guys know I'm a photographer. There you go, there are my photos right there. Boom, boom, boom. Used to be a pro skateboarder. You guys know that. You guys know I lift. So those are the main ones. And if you watch my channel, you can see that I travel all over the world all the time. And I love languages. You know, I love learning languages. Det är därför jag lär dig hur man måste lära svenska. Eller jag försöker lära i alla fall. Okay, finally got on time. Oh, yay! Powell says, hi, Stephanie people. Let's get those likes up! Greetings from, what? What is it? Novosibirsk? What? Oh, Russia. Oh, okay. Hi, Russia! Talk about Hashimoto's. Talk about what about Hashimoto's? What do you want me to talk about? What do you think about Atkins vanilla shake? Garbage. Garbage. Throw it. Run. Run. No shakes. No processed crap. And I want you to be more clear about Hashis. I mean, people who doing, a lot of people are afraid to do keto when they have Hashimoto's. So they think that they need the glucose for the red blood cells. So a lot of people who got Hashis don't like to go under 50 carbs. Okay, here I'll talk about Hashis. They don't like to go under 50 carbs, but then that's not ketotic. So 50 carbs is too low, okay, for a low carb, high fat diet where your body's still dependent on glycogen and glucose. Don't do 50 carbs, do 80 to 100. If you do keto, you can't go at 50. That's another thing that person was saying online. Whoa, what's up? Thank you so much, Abe, for Chapa for donating to the super chat. And if it's a he, I assume, he writes, keep doing what you're doing, Steph. Appreciate all your knowledge. Thank you so much, Abe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, because this is your hard-earned money, and I appreciate the donation to the super chat. So thank you for appreciating the content. So the Hashimoto's people become worried that they need to have their carbs higher to then get enough glucose to the red blood cells, right? But the thing is that you can always get enough glucose to the red blood cells through gluconeogenesis. If you test your blood sugar and you see it, I'll do millimolars in milligrams per deciliter, because my client this morning is like, you don't ever talk in milligrams per deciliter when it comes to glucose, so I'll do that right now. If your blood sugar is at a, let's say, 77 or 79 milligrams per deciliter, that's enough blood sugar, even if you don't do keto, to survive. Right? So that's enough blood sugar, low enough, but high enough to feed the red blood cells, and low enough to allow ketones to overtake and get into the Krebs cycle into the brain. So for those who are concerned, you're always going to make enough glucose via gluconeogenesis as long as the ketones are high. Now, in millimolars, I forgot to say that'd be a 4.4 to 4.5. Maybe a 3.6, 4.4, 4.5 in milligrams per deciliter for the rest of the world, and you're still going to be making enough glucose for your thyroid, for your Hashimoto's, and for your red blood cells. That's what's up. I'm confused. I recently got a dual glucometer, and my ketone reading says, 0.7. What does that mean? It means that they're too low. So, typically, all ketones are in millimolar, and you want your ketones to be over a 1, and really at a 1.8 to a 3.0, or you're not ketotic, not even close. And you can be in a sweet spot zone and still not be ketotic. So there's a lot to learn about this amazing ketogenic diet or lifestyle. Okay, let's see here. Question mark about what? DeMarco. I must have missed the earlier question. Should I carb up before high intensity workout? No, Lucy, that's not keto. If you carb up while doing keto, you're gonna create thyroid damage, because the brain's like, honey, are you trying to keto adapt, or are you trying to do carbs? Because that's gonna shoot your insulin really high and create this rebound, like freaking reactive hypoglycemic response. No, the body likes homeostasis. Don't do low carb and then slam a bunch of carbs in your body. That's the worst way to have a rebound effect of your insulin. The worst. You become hypoglycemic or physiological insulin resistant for the short term. You don't want to go through those rebounds. It's hard to get rid of the insulin when it stacks up too high in the bloodstream. Berberine, no. To lower your blood sugar? Berberine for what? That's weird. You can't put the two words together. HCl is for low stomach acid. Berberine, people use it to lower your blood sugar, but it doesn't really work. Breathing, diaphragmatic breathing does. How do I achieve that? I'm getting discouraged. DeMarco, exogenous ketones, they just ripped you off. They're a joke, they're a lie, and they don't work. They just put salt in your blood for like 2 hours and then it drops. It's a lie. Ketones to help what? How can that help? Wait, where's it? And it's been 6 days, I'm being impatient. Then you can't. Keto is not for people who are impatient. If you're impatient, don't do keto. Just do low carb, high fat. You can regulate your insulin just by doing low carb, high fat. You don't have to do keto. except keto is just way more amazing because you can get the ketones up into the brain, whereas you do low carb, high fat, you're just burning fatty acids and you're not ketotic. So if you're using exogenous ketones, whoever sold those to you lied. Sorry. Such a smart. Okay, how do I achieve that? Okay, we got that. Do you recommend digestive bitters to help with constipation? Brianna, short term, you can't use it for constipation is for a couple reasons. Thyroid, dysbiosis of the gut, candida, all those things can lock up the bowel. Not enough water, not enough cruciferous vegetables. Can you tell me about bitters? What do you want me to know? What do you want to know about them? Do you recommend digestive? No, okay, what? Let me see. Keto, 1 year, 310 pounds, 280, no more inflammation, pain for arthritis, no more gut issues from ovarian cysts. Oh, awesome. Obviously, this is a woman. You helped save me. Aw, you've been my best resource. Thank you so much, Brandy J. See, that the thing that Brandy J just wrote is like it like slams me to the heart, like to the center, because I've been grinding at these videos for years and years before the keto trend, for years and years and years, because my mother almost died from the most extreme deadly brain cancer called a glioblastoma, and I was just trying to get more information, and there wasn't anything on the internet, and I was trying to apply it onto personal training clients years ago, and then they got off medications, and thyroid medication and thyroxine and RA medications and the NSAIDs and all this kind of stuff, and I was like, I need to talk about this. I need to talk about this, and I never ever thought in a million years that 10 years later I would get people like Brandy telling that kind of story. So you guys don't know what that means. Like, who does that, right? I mean, who sits there and grinds for so long? But when you have a purpose, it becomes easy. I don't do keto to lose weight. Y'all, I don't do keto to lose weight. I'm almost 51 years of age. I have to always remind you guys, I'm almost 51. I'm doing it for the epigenetic benefits and how you can literally take crappy health and turn it around. Yes, absolutely. Oh my. Sherilyn, you know how many women I do consultations with who've got polycystic ovarian syndrome or ovary syndrome? A gazillion. Yes, you can adapt, no problem. It's amazing for PCOS. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And for regulating that blood sugar, because PCOS women tend to have high blood sugar, high estrogen, high testosterone, and it is a problematic pain in the butt. And they tend to couple it with thyroid issues. Question about keto carnivore. Why people have histamine reactions from veggies. They go keto carnivore, but there's no way to hit 3,000. Yeah, you can. Oh, no. Okay. First of all, there's no such thing. Okay, listen to me and listen to me well. There is no such thing as keto carnivore. There's no such thing. So just strike those words. You can do a looking like a carnivore diet. You can do a looking like a carnivore diet where you're eating mainly protein. You can boil your spinach, okay? You can blast it in a pressure cooker. That'll take down some of the anti-nutrients that are irritating your mast cells that are producing the histamine. You can try to rotate things that are higher in potassium. And that's all you can do. And then you got to try to sleep well so the inflammatory markers, the histamine response isn't as high. The problem is you guys who've got leaky gut and develop histamine intolerance and then you don't sleep, that histamine from the mast cells is going to explode. But if you cook and you pressurize and you break down the anti-nutrients and then you really get good sleep, your body's going to be able to deal with that histamine response more. So that's my thing. So, I always say too that you might have to do a week of like veggies or spinach and then stop for a week. Week on, week on, week on, week off. So the body can heal, that gut wall can heal. Okay, 43, Steph. I attest to everything you share. What is it? 43 and attest to everything you share working. I'm my best now than in my 20s, and it has been eye-opening to learn what foods to do to bodies. Okay, sorry. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. How many grams of fat should someone morbidly obese have per day? The same as everyone. 200 and plus. Baseline 200 or higher. Yay, Keto Princess. Oh, what did Keto Princess say? Did I miss it? I've helped someone was I have helped some co-workers go keto and they are feeling wonderful. That's awesome. Obviously. I mean, that's awesome. You're so intimidated by keto. It seems so complicated. It's not. Kindred, I was like that too. I was like, when I busted my knee and I broke everything in my left knee, my ACL, my MCL, my patella tendon, all the cartilage, you know, the entire medial meniscus thing ripped off the bone, I was like, I'm never going to get better. And I'm never going to learn, and I thought this too, I'm never going to learn everything that I need to be able to walk again. I was on crutches for almost 4 years. But if you patient and you are diligent and you want something, you will get it. Okay? So keto is not for people who are insecure or who aren't sure. Don't do it if you're not sure. Well, I gotta check my food, y'all. I don't want it to overcook. Whew. Remember, this is going to be a short one. I'm not trying to call out anyone. It's just that everybody's like, I'm so intimidated. It's so hard. It's so not fabulous. It's just so hard. It's not hard. Poverty's hard. Okay? Poverty can be complicated. War is complicated. But your body, you have control over it. So things just take time to learn. We all have been lied to. We all have been fracked up physically. All of us. Stephanie included. Head to toe. Okay? You see this body? Child, this comes from work. I was ignorant before. Okay? I was eating sandwiches. I was eating sandwiches, and I said sandwiches, and ramen noodle, and I thought I was healthy. Okay? Because I had a tomato in the sandwich. I didn't even know what a nightshade was. When you have the desire to live, it doesn't matter if it takes 1 day or 50 years. You will get there. Just be patient. I didn't have these streams. They told my mother she might live 6 months. But it's more like 3 months. Her glioblastoma is so progressed and advanced in its size, this woman is not going to survive. Sorry, you guys, but you got to prepare for her death. And I was like, oh, H-E-double-L to the no. And I started researching. And I went out there and there was no information on the internet. And then I started grinding. And if you look at my old videos, I didn't know what I was talking about. But I kept trying. And years later, I'm still doing the same. Because I didn't allow life to overwhelm me and become intimidated by what? Life should be a struggle. So you can learn and get past that struggle. Life is not life without a struggle. You get more animal fat by just cutting a couple slabs or slapping it on your plate and eating it with your food. It's that simple. Panic attacks are hard. Want my life back. And you can get them back, Shala. Patience, people. Learn about the body. Learn about the vagus nerve. Learn about gut dysbiosis. Learn about that gut biome. So right, Stephanie, you speak the truth. It's such the truth. Keto is simple by people like you that have taught me and all of us. Yes. I didn't have anybody to learn from. If I had someone to learn from when they told me that my mother was gonna die, I'd be like, oh, I got this. But I didn't have that, so I just went to the grind and started learning. Okay, ex-vegan here. I love keto now. Yes, A.D. Ross. I work with a lot of ex-vegans. It's like in the hundreds at this point. That's a whole nother subject. I don't like to touch it because vegans are just so militant with whatever they believe. Okay, we got 103 people in this stream and only 78 likes. Can we get up the likes before I answer more questions and bounce? Can we get up the likes, guys? We only got 78 likes. Let's get that like ratio. Some days I cannot talk. Ratio up. Let's get it up. Maybe perhaps because it's 100 degrees in my apartment. Let's get up the likes. We went from 78 to 86. We only got a couple people liking this stream. Let's go. I'm not an Aquarius. No, let's get up the likes. Like up the stream. Like up the stream. I think when I get such like, there's 100 and something people and there's only 88 likes, I think I get a lot of new people who are on the fence and not sure if they want to like the stream. I think that's what it is. Okay, how do you use the lard? So lard, I like to explain to people, take the lard in the package, dump it on a saucepan, add spices to it. You could add ginger, you can add garlic, you could add Italian herbs, and nutritionally salt, a little bit of pepper, and because it's nightshade, and then put it in a mason jar, and then plop it on your plate with your food. If it's on your broccoli or if it's on your meats, just put it on and it'll taste great, because a lot of people don't like lard and tallow because it has no taste. Thank you, Cindy. Shala says, like up the stream. Okay. Okay, your goal, so your goal is to get through the day without spiking insulin. Yes. And get a good night's sleep. Right. That's how you lose weight at night. Well, it's not that simple. You have to deal with estrogen. So if you are estrogen dominant, you have to detox the liver, which, if you are constipated, it's not just, get your insulin regulated. You can have your insulin regulated and have leptin resistance. You can get your insulin regulated and have thyroid disorder. And then the thyroid, if your T3 is super low or your TPO antibodies are like skyrocketing, you're not going to lose weight even though your insulin is regulating. So there's a couple systems that you have to learn about. Oh, finally we got the likes up. Yay! We got 99 likes. Thank you, guys. Like herbed butter or something like that. Yeah. I will have a meetup. I will probably I don't do meetups. I do seminars. So I'll probably do a seminar. But you guys know I'm writing this book, and I haven't traveled anywhere because of it. My toes are extremely cold. That sounds like thyroid, especially at night. Yes, feet are fine. Just the toes. Thyroid or something. Could be thyroid. So Sherry, then I would like to know other questions like, does your hair shed under stress? Are you ever constipated? These are some like extremely tired. The weight won't budge even if your calories drop real low. Stuff. Let's talk about histamine, food. Food list in the next video. How to rotate stuff. That's super easy, pal. So histamine foods are spinach, avocado, pretty much all vegetables and fruits that have lectins, especially fruits are high in lectins. That is meats that are leftover meats. They grow a lot of bacteria on them, right? And then like the bacteria makes makes your body have a histamine response. Lemon is a high histamine food. Cinnamon is a high histamine food. Fish is a high histamine food. And not every eggs, sometimes red meat, and not everybody reacts the same. People will do fine with one food and not with another. Also, coconuts can be high histamine. And you just got to test them. You got to isolate that food by itself. Dairy, typically, you got to isolate that food by itself and see how you react. You can use your glucometer to test your blood sugar before eating that food and after, to see the algorithms of your blood sugar from an hour to 2 hours afterwards to see if it spikes and drops. If it stays high, you're reacting to that food. You can also journal your reaction: mucus, itchy, bloated, nauseous, gassy, you name it. So that's how you do that. And you rotate your foods every 3 to 4 days. 2 meats, then 4 days later, another 2 meats, then rotate another 2 meats. Same thing with the vegetables. It's that easy, you guys. Learning to switch the food. Okay. Apple cider vinegar does not help. No, that's very wrong, Rob. So apple cider vinegar is also another high histamine food. So that might work for you, but no. People think that it's such a great probiotic food, but it's really not. To be honest, sauerkraut is better, and even a lot of people react on sauerkraut as a histamine issue. So fermented foods, all fermented foods, high histamine. So for you, Rob, it was okay, but for other people, it's a nightmare to eat histamine or to fermented foods, including kimchi and kombucha and all that. Yes, raw veggies. So here's someone who's saying, Melissa's saying that raw veggies messed her up because of the plants. So plants have chemicals because they don't have teeth. This is explained over and over again. Plants don't have teeth, so they have things called anti-nutrients, salicylates and oxalates and goitrogens and nightshades and lectins and phytates. These things gut your gut, like they destroy it in some people. So some people are so sensitive to plants that they go carnivore. They just eat meat. But I say eat fatty meat and make it more keto. It just looks like carnivore, but it's actually keto. Because people who've got histamine intolerance can deal with things like lard more typically, pure fats that don't have that aren't oxidizing with bacteria. Is that BTS? Thank you. He or she says you have a nice channel. Thank you. I try. Yo, Keto Princess says sauerkraut makes her farty pants. So yeah. Now, sauerkraut has really great bacteria on it, but you've always got to plant those. Well, you got to clear out the weeds. So the weeds are like any type of gut dysbiosis, giardia, freaking candida. You've got to get that out, raise your healthy bacteria before you start doing a lot of probiotic or eating a lot of fermented foods. If you have any fermented foods, eat barely any of it to start, just to start, so you don't have an explosion of bad bacteria to overgrow. Too much better with fatty meats than oil or butter. Then do that. Well, Melissa, you can do lard and tallow because you can't. Eating fatty meats is not enough fat. It can't take you to 200. There's just no way. You say I'm a pumpkin and raw pumpkin. Don't even think about opening. Okay. See kombucha. No, exactly. I just said kombucha. No, that has too many carbs anyway. My abs are ridiculous. I do try, right? Not too bad for 51. I'm just saying, right? Not too bad. Let's see. How do you all know that your body is reacting to histamine? How do you feel? What happens in your body? My body is so jacked. Okay, so histamine's pretty clear. Gassy, farty, burpy, stomach aches, loose stool, pale stool, floating stool, itchy skin, itchy bunghole, itchy vagina, white tongue, dandruff, broken blood vessels around your nose, puffy in your face, broken blood vessels in your eyes, mucusy, sinus infections, yeast infections. It's easy. The list goes on and on and on. It's on and on and on. Toe fungus and all kind of stuff. Okay. You'll do the gradual introduction of sauerkraut. Yes, very tiny, little bit. What can I take to... It's not what you take to get your thyroid back in order. It's everything that you have to do. Yeah, I'm familiar with the... No, my diet is way better than the GAPS protocol because I get rid of all of it. Believe it or not, GAPS protocol is still not completely getting rid of histamine. It doesn't talk about the gnarly rotations of foods. GAPS is a mild version of Steph's keto protocol. You might as well just do Steph's keto protocol because it pretty much is. Everybody knows that I'm the strict one. No cheese, no nuts, no caffeine. Rotate your foods. Cook your vegetables. Diaphragmatic breathing connected to circadian rhythm. Chew your food slowly. All you have to do is follow my thing and it's better than GAPS. It should be like SCP, right? SCP. Those are my initials. Protocol. But can I get into sustainable keto? Yes, with no veggies, meat, organ meat, bone broth, loads. Yeah, of course. Hello? Of course. There are certain types of fibers that you can take. I would say before you do keto, I would do inulin fiber. I would do slippery elm, and I would I would take it slowly into keto, graduate slowly into keto. But yeah, you don't have to have vegetables to keto adapt. Vegetables have we're eating vegetables out of season. Okay, that's the problem. So we're just constantly introduced to anti-nutrients 12 months out of the year instead of like 3 months out of the year. And we never chew our food slowly. Fat before bed. You can do coconut oil. That's easier to digest because it doesn't require a gallbladder. Okra. I think okra has too many carbs. If I remember researching it a while ago. 5.7 blood sugar when fasting is 5.7 blood sugar is like so bad, I can't even begin to explain. Your blood sugar to be ketotic has to be between like a 3.9 and a 4.4, maybe a 4.5. So 5.7 is insulin resistant on keto. I'm sorry. Ooh, no. Okay, for example, 2 months ago I had cold feet just for a few minutes, then I was warm again. Okay, I don't know you. Like, that's just not enough information. I mean, I can do an hour consultation, I can do a 2-hour consultation with somebody and still not get enough information. So I'm sorry, I just can't. Okay, gave up the crap, keto foods, coffee, cheese, nuts, etc. in November, and I feel superb. Yes, it's a keto princess I love because she keeps it real. Okay, sugar, what is it? Times strawberry equals sugarberry. Love you, Stephanie, you're the best. Oh, thank you so much. BTS yeast. Yes, not yeast, yes. So you can't do veggies. No, you can do vegetables. We're talking about people who got histamine intolerance, Heather. Not just, I eat vegetables. You can eat vegetables. You can eat cruciferous vegetables, cruciferous, right? It's just for those who've got high histamine. Thomas DeLauer says macadamia nuts are okay. Okay, sorry, Thomas DeLauer has not been around doing this as long as I have. And coaching what? Thousands of people? So he doesn't know what he's talking about. I have nothing against this guy, but he's wrong. Okay? Because I've coached and 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 coached and coached. Boom. So he's saying it's okay because he's using science. He's going, it's a monounsaturated fat. Monounsaturated fats are great for keto. The keto body loves monounsaturated fats. But unfortunately, the anti-nutrients in the macadamia nuts are still making people react. People are gaining weight on it. They're eating too much of it. They're having a dopamine response. Their blood sugar is high while eating macadamia nuts and they store. So I've approved it, but I think I'm going to disapprove it and take it out. Well, Thomas DeLauer said, who cares what Thomas DeLauer said? Where was Thomas 10 years ago when my mother was dying? And I got organ meat juice on my arm. I got nothing against Thomas DeLauer, but he wasn't around 10 years ago when my mother was dying. You know who was around? You know who was around 10 years ago? Steve Finney, Jeff Volek, Nora Gagaudis, and believe it or not, Jimmy Moore. Okay? Nobody else was around. They weren't around. So when they come around later and talk about keto all the time, sorry. No disrespect, but no. Sorry, no. Now you didn't get me upset. Cindy, you don't know me. Everybody knows that I am silly, I'm sarcastic, I'm playful, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. Even if somebody's trying to mess with me, I'm never truly triggered. It's just, you got that, you on live stream, you got that energy. And it's really weird. It's an abnormal way to communicate with human beings, and I still haven't figured out how to do proper stream right. I mean, I'm learning, right? I'm learning. You see Stephanie, LOL, you're Sugarberry. Sugarberry is just a fun person. Oh, thank you. Okay, just real, yeah. She's passionate about keto. But I'm not like angry. I'm a dork. I'm a super dork. I'm a self-admitted dork. I got a big mouth. I used to be very shy, so like, I'm recovering from the shyness. Trevor says I participate. Yo, stop. Hey, Steph, just getting into the video. Which video? Let me see. Tell us how you really feel. Oh, tell us how you really feel. I know. See, y'all know I got honesty Tourette's, and I offend people sometimes too. They're like, you don't have to act like that. You don't have to act like that. I was like, look, I'm 50. Don't tell me how to act, okay? Because I am rigid now. I'm not really rigid. I'm very flexible. But in some aspects, I'm not going to change. Yo, I'm 50. I'm almost 51. So people are like, you should do this. I'm like, no, it's not going to work. That is not going to work. Tell 51 how to change their personality in that aspect. No, not going to happen. Story time, okay. Jimmy Cruz, I don't know who that is. Always been 69, 80 for the most people. For some individuals may vary. The glucose sweet spot is not below 80 anymore. Yeah, it is. Jimmy Cruz. It always is. It always is. 69 to 80. Always a sweet spot. Always. Story time. I'll be 53 next week. Right? Right? Right, Melissa? People telling us how to act. You need to do this. I'm like, okay, you ain't my mama. Okay. And she barely gets away with telling me how to do and how to be. I will always take constructive criticism, but if people are just black and white, outright telling you how to be because that's their perception of reality, I'm like, no, sorry. I think I'm doing okay. Let's see here. Wait, for males, it's 75 grams. Powell, it's more like 75. I kind of raised it for the super athletes, 75 to about 90 for men, depending on who they are, how much lean muscle mass they have, and their lifestyle. So you're not counting grams of protein. Always count. Always count. Always count the grams of protein. That's super important. Fat and protein, super important. Actually, all the macros you have to count. Shallows, I'm 47. Let's see, 51 feel better than I ever had. Yeah, I love it. Deborah's like 51. Oh, I didn't know we were the same age. Just about the same age. She's a little older, just a little, just a hair, just a little tiny. But we grew up in the same era, right? Right? Right, Deborah? When we'd be like riding our bike with the high handlebars and the little tassels, right? Remember listening to 70s music on the radio, right? That's what's up. Y'all millennials, you missed it, right? You missed the best era ever. It was the best. No, you don't have to wear your spinach now. Spinach is so low in carbohydrates, it's ridiculous. You only need about 2 big handfuls, you're good to go. Measured raw. Let's see here. I'm 30 and look and feel 45, hoping to save. Yeah, save epigenetics. Save what's left of my youth with keto, always on my 3rd week. Yes, Kindred. Yes. You're doing streams, probably. What? You're doing streams, what? Streams properly by being yourself, yes. Even though I'm sweating to death. And when I sweat, I get really like flustered and cranky. It was nice. It was so nice without technology, right, Rob? It was the best. We had those like crappy AM, FM radios, right? Like, or like little box. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it was the bomb, yo. It was like, you play outside. TV had 3 channels, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Like, you just be outside. No video games for kids. You know, my mother was like, you need to stop watching the Little Rascals and stuff like that. Go in the Brady Bunch, go play outside, because they would play those shows on repeat, right? Little Rascals and like the Addams Family and weird stuff like that, the Brady Bunch and like the Monkeys, and like they would play that stuff on rotation. And then my mom would say, get out of the house and come back, you know, at 5 for dinner, without worrying about, you know, having your head chopped off, like, and stuffed in your mouth. Who's the best YouTuber? It's Stephanie. Who makes good streams. Everyone likes her. Thank you. No, not everybody likes me. Trust. I'm the kind of person you either like me or you don't like me at all. There's not a lot of middle people out there. Bewitched, that's another one. Gilligan's Island. Although Gilligan, when I was a kid, I was like, I'm not really feeling that Gilligan's Island. You know what I mean? We have the Jeffersons. Don't forget that. We got to get the little up, like, you know, the multiculties up in there. I'd be like, yeah. Moving on up, or Good Times, moving on, like stuff like that. Oh, Sanford and Sons, yes, okay. Ben's like, should I tell him stuff? The millennials missed out, bro. Like, yo, you're gonna see in the next couple days, I'm gonna be live streaming. I'm gonna live stream with one older man named Panel. He's so smart. So we're gonna do a live stream, talk about the body and workouts. Then I'm gonna live stream with some millennials. Yo. I'm with millennials all the time, bruh. They are just beep, 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 beep. Perception of reality is so subjective now. You know, I always talk about millennials because I'm literally around them like this all the time, all day long, right? They WhatsApp me, we talk. I see them at the gym, we hang out. I'm with millennials all the time. Stop bringing back the best memories, right? It was so much fun back in the day. I'm not even gonna lie. Rico wants to know why you still get tired slumps after 5 p.m. Because you probably have adrenal issues, right? You're not bad. people get tired, they have a blood sugar drop, right? So it's like hypoglycemia, like their insulin and glucagon is not in balance because their adrenals are coughing out too much cortisol, which is slamming insulin, then slamming down, and then slamming up and slamming down. Then your regulating systems don't balance in the middle, and then you're tired at weird times. Can I get your thyroid protocol in the Facebook group? I don't have a thyroid protocol, but I address the thyroid in rotation, right? So I'll bring it up 1 month or a week, and I'll bring it up again, and then I'll bring it up again. There's a lot of new people in the Facebook group, so then I bring it up. So sometimes I'll be bringing up the same subject, but I'm bringing it up in a new context or to a whole new subset of people. 57, what, right? Here, the most were those were the days running around the neighborhood and at the beach, right? I wouldn't want to change it. I wouldn't want to be younger. I just want to take my epigenetics and stay young, right? Have the energy, but have the wisdom and the experiences from the past. No, the book, when the book's out, I will be screaming it. You will know. You'll be like, dang, girl, stop screaming in my ear. The book's out. You will know. Trust. Say, oh, you're new to my channel. Stephanie, I'm new to your channel. And I be nice. What? To you. I think you meant I'd be nice to YouTubers who have good lifestyles. I am nice to I'm just silly. So we got to know the difference between like being rude and being silly and goofy and hyper, and it's really hard to stream. There is no real way to act because you're not talking to, there's nobody in my apartment except for me. So you're not actually talking, and I'm talking to a little box. I might as well be looking at a doorknob for 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? It's really weird. So you have to learn etiquette and the proper etiquette. You have to learn how to act. You have to learn how to feel, and then still be yourself, your organic self. Joe Rogan podcast. People have been talking about Joe Rogan for 5 years. You know, if you guys want to go bug him, go for it. Go for it, okay? One day Joe will be like, I want her on. It's so weird because Joe, I think that I saw like, Joe's had like 2 black women on like the entire time I've been listening to his show. Yeah, it'd be cool. I used to be an ex-pro skateboarder, the first African-American pro skateboarder in history. I got a mouth on me and I do keto. But I don't know. You guys, go to Joe Rogan and be like, yo, go to his Instagram and blast his Instagram. You need to put Stephanie on. Okay? Some of these other people are getting like the same. You can just switch them out. You guys are so freaking nice. Okay, do I need to be careful to keep my protein down? Yes. Yes. If you're Carla, especially as a woman, like 45 to 55 grams of protein, unless you like 5'9" and taller, who's a full-on athlete, then I would raise your protein up a little bit. How did you learn about the body? How did you learn how the body works? I've always been curious about it, so it was easy to learn. And I've been training I used to personal train people in the past, so I've always been curious about the human body and epigenetics. So then when I started to actually research it, it just went in. And I'm really, really good with talking to people, even though like it sounds so, so narcissistic and subjective to say I'm really good with people. But to my understanding of myself, which I try to be objective, I'm really good with talking one-on-one with people. Thank you so much, Billie Jean. Thank you. Billie Jean writes, thank you, Steph. You're amazing and really appreciate it. Thank you. See, I love it when people like Billie Jean, certain people get you and certain people don't get you. And Billie Jean does. So thank you so much. Sandy says, stay exactly who you are and don't ever be a cookie cutter. Okay. See, pick one or more of my salads tonight. Chicken, turkey. No. Chicken, no, those are all lean meats. Keto has to be fatty meats. Too many lean meats can irritate the kidneys. No, you want fatty meats. You want to get your fats up. So if you eat lean meat, you can't just eat a bunch of lean meat and add butter. That won't work. So, and I wouldn't have a salad. I would pick pork belly. I would pick liver. I would pick salmon. I would pick grass-fed beef, ribeye, lamb near the rib, egg yolks. Those would be the fats. I wouldn't, or sardines. I wouldn't. Tuna, chicken, turkey. Okay. You have salmon. Yay! Hit you. Oh, you hit 50 last month. Keto has me feeling 30. Yay! My body is never sore anymore. Exactly. World's best kept secret. It's, you know what? No. Stephanie's version is the world's best kept secret because people are out there eating cheese. They're literally taking cream cheese, throwing it on the frying pan, and making cheese cream pancakes out of pure friggin' like hormone injected sick cows that are A1 cows with IGF-1 and casein. Like, yeah. I'm eating beef liver. I have it right now. I'll show you. There you go. See? Beef liver. Boom. That's what's up. That's what's up! And then I've got the rest of the beef liver right here. I'm still marinating it in butter so it doesn't turn green. There you go. See? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Gotta marinate that. I've been obsessed with beef liver. I think that I'm low in nutrients. I think I've been eating too much chicken breast and tuna my whole life. My body is seriously like, for some reason, I'm obsessed with the organ meats now. Obsessed. Grocery list. I'm going to disconnect this for a second. I'm going to go soon too, you guys. I'm going to do a story. I hope I don't mess my stream up. Okay? See that? Feel that? There you go. There you go. Okay. Oh. Here. Got a ton of spinach here. Oops. Broccoli. Cabbage, although I need to eat it. It's getting brown. It's kind of hard to eat all this food by myself. There you go. See? There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. It's back here. Did that help you guys to show you my freezer? I'm not 57. I'm almost 51. I'm 50, turning 50. I better look like this at 57. What? What? Still have the millennials hitting on me. I'm like, okay, I still got it. Okay, I still got it. Okay, do you eat spinach raw? No, I cook it. Okay, no smoothies on keto. No smoothies. Eat your food. Chew. Are you the 57 one? Oh, okay. Oh, somebody was asking you if you were 57. Oh, not me. Okay, I'm sorry. Good night, Elisa. Thank you for coming to the chat or stream. You probably have centennials hitting on you. That's funny. Oh. No organic goat sheep cheese. No. Good night. Nope. Jimmy Cruz asked if your local health market also look up meat deliveries. If your local health market, sorry, like my local, I've got really great local health markets that don't have enough organ meats, but Whole Foods has it. There's also uswellnessmeats.com and ButcherBox. I don't think they sell. I think US Wellness does the organ meats mostly. Not mostly, but they're the ones that have a variety. I love you, Stephanie. Love chicken. I like chicken too, but there's just not enough nutrition in it. Chicken breast. Ooh, nasty. Chicken breast is freaking nasty. That stuff is nasty. It's disgusting. I hate it. No, I'm over the chicken breast. Breast. Nasty. Liver's so good. Oh, it's so good. Yo, marinate that in butter. Got some lemon. Sauteed that on the pan. I'm addicted to it. As you can see, I have a whole refrigerator of friggin' all these different kinds of meats. and I'm still addicted to the liver. Like my body's like, oh, vitamin C, oh, B complex, oh, good source of heme and iron. And oh, my body is just really loving the organ meats. No nuts. Yes, Deborah says no nuts. I would honestly rather have the salmon than the chicken. Exactly. Tuna and turkey. I just think they're all gross. I'm just over it. I've been eating those foods my whole life. Salmon over tuna, really? Oh. Chicken breast, dark, like fried chicken. Get a fried chicken drumstick. Over chicken breast, but really the organ meats. No, I'm not worried about this IRC acid in organ meats. Not at all. Did you mean meats? No. IRC. No, I'm not. Not at all. How much liver do you eat? Oh, just I do about 2 to 3 ounces per meal. Not a lot. I've never had brain. I have to try it. Hortensia. I've never tried it. Oh, you're losing hair. It's your thyroid. Did a bunch of tests. Everything came. No. Thyroid tests are garbage. Plus, you have to do full thyroid panel, and you have to test your CRP. A lot of people who've got low T3, hypothyroidism, or Hashis need to test their TPO antibodies. You really need to do a full thyroid panel, but if your hair is falling out, 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, it's your thyroid, and the tests are subjective. It shows that things are in your blood, but it's not showing that it's going into the cell, and that's the problem, is that doctors can't look at what's going into the cells. Oh, Billie Jean, Lord have mercy, child. Thank you, girlfriend. She's just literally hit me up with the 50, and she says to the super chat, I had no clue to, what is it? Slide the bar over. You deserve more. Aww. So, Billie Jean, thank you so much. Thank you. I always feel a little bit shy. I always feel a little bit weird when people donate to the super chat because I don't do the streams to get super chat donations. But like I've said before, it's always showing me that you care. Carrie, I don't know any of you guys. So this is your hard-earned money. You're donating to the super chat. So Billie Jean, thank you. That was very kind of you. Very, 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 very kind. No, there's not a lot of uric acid in organ meats. There's uric acid in lean meats, not organ meats. Not a lot of uric acid in organ meats. They're the fattier cuts. They're the darker meats that are not lean. For example, there's going to be more uric acid in ribeye than there is, in sirloin than there is in ribeye because there's more fat. Oh, it's Powell. Maybe one day you'll talk about night shift workers. I have. I've done many videos on night shift workers, but they're few and far between. Night shift workers have high cortisol. They've got inverted cortisol. If you're a night shift worker, if you're a third shift night worker, you're going to have to plan your meals out perfectly because even if you're awake at night, sleep in the day, your body wants to hibernate. So digestion isn't very good. So I don't like people who are night shift workers to eat past 12 a.m. at night. It's better to have like a bone broth. If you have histamine intolerance, do a meat broth with a lot of fat in it, right? Instead of eating a whole meal after 12. So I try to have like the last meal at 10 and then anything after 10 and then you have to practice your diaphragmatic breathing and then the days off you have to rest. So there, I hit it. There, I talked about third shift night workers. You see, I have to get up at 2:30 a.m. for work. It's messing with my body big time. Yeah, it'll destroy your body because your it's like right in the middle of healing, like right there, and then you're waking up. So if you're getting up at 2:30, you literally have to go to bed at like 6:30 or 7:30. You have to. So Lauren says, hey Steph, you rock. You're so energized. I love watching your videos. Thank you so much, Lauren. I don't like watching them. I'm like, if I hear my voice, somebody's like, I walk in the door and they're like messing with me and my video's on. I'm like, no, turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that off. You see, have I ever eaten high meat? Miss Person? Oh, don't call me Miss Person. Ugh. Just call me Steph. Yeah, I have before when I didn't know any better. My voice sounds good? Okay. Steph, it's STPH. PH. I'm a PH, not an F. How often should you eat? It depends. If you have hypoglycemia, you have to eat fats every 3 hours. If you don't have hypoglycemia, you can eat 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with maybe one fat snack in the afternoon. If you're like me, who's fully adapted, you can go down to 2 times a day, but that takes time to get to that level. What's up, Cindy? Okay, I like Steffi. Steffi's better than Miss Person. Ooh, Miss Person. I don't like that. I don't like it. How often do I have my blood tested by doctors? I have my blood tested probably about every 3 years. And I'm always like, on point, on point. There you go. Liver, kidney detoxification. Boop, 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 boop. And I do a whole sex hormone panel. And I'll do liver, kidney, and colon is subjective. Better do mymedlabs.com for colon. And blood sugars, whatever. That's easy. And I don't have them test my cholesterol panel anymore because the GPs that order it are too stupid. They're stupid. Let me see. Is your mother still doing keto? Oh, no. 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 I have her, but I do have her eating healthy. I have her eating salmon. I have her eating chicken thighs. I have her eating real butter, some Kerrygold butter. And I have her eating, she eats sweet potatoes and vegetables. And she likes that. And then on occasion, she's like eating chips. And I'm like, ugh. And on occasion, she'll drink soda and candy. On occasion. Yes, yes. Liver does contain a lot of carbs. Yes. Especially when you overcook it. So be careful for those newbies. I am carb resistant. I can eat high carb, low carb, and I'm ketotic all day, every day. So when people are trying to tell me, like, hey, Steph, let's do a day in the life of how you eat, I'm like, no. I've been doing this 10 years. Not the same. Plus, I've got good GLUT4 receptor development in my muscles. So if I have glucose, my blood sugar is in the 70s. I'm good, even if I eat a grip of cooked liver. Yes, Melissa, keto can help you bring your menstrual cycle back. I've seen it many, many times, and it can also make it go away if you do the wrong version of keto. Be very careful with what you follow on the internet, and to be honest, you should probably do a consultation with me, because if I don't know more details about you, you could actually make things worse, right? Especially if you're trying to monitor your blood sugar and stabilize your cortisol. And if you don't sleep well and you're doing keto and your menstrual cycle's gone and you're going through pregnenolone still, you could make it worse. So you got to be very, very, very careful. So you guys, I think I'm about to go. I could do story time, but I got to go. Hi, Steph, going through super high stress. What? Stress time and trying to keep cortisol low. Please go through how to keep stress and check besides diaphragmatic breathing. Gina, I've said many things. I've said change your thinking. I've said to get your plumb line straight, your posture on point. I'm telling you, if you sit at a desk, to get your plumb line straight because you don't have enough circulation in the upper trunk. I've explained to people to use blue light blocking glasses. I've explained to people to work out. I've explained to people to do time under tension. I've explained for people to write down the things that rotate in their mind that stop them from sleeping. I've told people to switch to auditory things. I've told people to stretch. I've said millions of things. You know, if you're in an argument with somebody, walk away from it. Learn how to breathe. Write down an issue so you can deal with that issue later instead of like constantly having these. I've explained to people to get their inflammation down and to get their blood sugar stable and to rotate their foods and to be appreciative of their. I've said everything about how to lower or to get the stress down besides diaphragmatic breathing. I just started talking about diaphragmatic breathing recently. Whew. And don't do live streams if you want to get your stress down, because that'll get your stress up. Okay? Do them all, mostly still having a hard time with the mind. We'll keep it at all. So, okay, so you guys, like, it's all how you look at life, right? I'm a fixer. I fix things. Okay? I don't let things fester. If there's a problem, how do I fix it? Because I don't like problems to stick around. I don't like it. It bugs the crap out of me. I don't like problems in relationships, with finances, with my health, with anything. So if I see a foreseeable problem, I'm already like, here are my 3 options to fix it, and then I fix it. That's it. I don't like to say that oh, I don't like to eat this. It's the same food all the time. I don't like it. Or, oh, my blood sugar's so high. How do I get it down? Or, oh, I can't sleep. I will go and research until I get it. I used to go to sleep at 2 a.m. I go to bed at 9:30 now. And it took my whole life of going to bed late. Whole life of it. So I'm a fixer. At the consultation I had with the woman today, like, she was awesome. But I was like, I was asking her if she ever takes walks. She goes, I don't like to take walks. I said, what? Okay, you're a stay-at-home mom with grown kids, and you don't like to take walks. I was like, get your butt out of the house, woman. Because I said, you are nitpicking. She got daughters, she had 3 kids, husband, really nice home, kids are teens, and she's in her 50s, and, she'll do push-ups and stuff, which was great, but I told her to get her ass out of the house because, like, everything in her home becomes hyper-controlled. She controls everything in her house. The kid's got to be like this, and then the dinner's like that. I said, no, get out of the house. Take a walk. You don't have a job. No, ponder and think about something else in life rather than what's at home. And that was what I told her to de-stress. Thank you, Chef. Or Chief Maga. By the way, I guess bone broth has protein in it, so we need to count. Yes, you need to count the bone broth. There's about 7 to 9 grams of protein. Try to get all of the meat out when you do your own broth. And mind it, add it to your total count of protein for the whole day. I don't know how I could have handled a life ATM without keto. ATM, sorry, I don't know what that is. Okay, all right, guys, it's time for me to go. It's time to go. Good night from New York. Ice water is better to drink than room temperature. No, room temperature is better because your body can't absorb the water when it's cold. That's not normal in nature. That's not normal. So the body likes to warm it up before it starts to absorb it. So if you drink ice water, you're more dehydrated. Can we have a low carb broth than what? Can we have a low carb broth than bone broth? What do you mean, Mandy? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Okay, guys. I know some people wanted me to tell a story. Does anybody want me to do a quick story time before we go? Are you guys good to go? Because a lot of people are like, good night. Oh, thank you, Carla. Thank you for donating to the chat. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to add questions because the super chats are highlighted so I can see it better. Oh, so you're so patient. I am not patient, but I try. I do try. I am not patient. Can I take Oxbile? Any alternative suggestions? Vivian, why would you need Oxbile? Do you have a gallbladder? You have to make sure you have a gallbladder issue. Story. Okay, yes. What do you guys want me to talk about? Do you want me to talk about, I could talk about anything. What do you guys want me to talk about? The 70s? Okay. Do you want me to talk about growing up in California? Do you want me to talk about skateboarding career? Do you want me to talk about my photography? Do you want me to talk about boys? Do you want me to talk about, I don't want to talk about keto. So what do you guys want me to talk about? My travels. I've traveled a lot. Thank you, Libby. Thank you for donating to the chat. That's very sweet. Thank you. What do I do in my spare time? I have no spare time. I'm writing a book right now, so I haven't gotten it finished, and like other things pop up in my life that I have to deal with. So I will be telling more things about what's going on in my life later. So the book has, kind of been put on hold for a minute because there's other pressing things. Not on hold. I'm still writing it. There's any Aretha Franklin memories? I saw Aretha a couple years ago at the Hollywood Bowl, and I was like, I swear I said then she's gonna die soon. She looked very unhealthy. She didn't sing very well, but that's all I can say about that because I've never met her. I just saw her at the Hollywood Bowl down the street. You see, do you ride that bike in the background a lot? Every day, Spencer, every day. I grew up in California, so I was born in Los Angeles. Yes, born in Los Angeles, and then my family moved up to the Bay Area, and then that's where I really, really went to school and grew up, is in San Jose, California. What size shoe do I wear? I wear 7.5. I've never been married, and I've never had kids, obviously. I'm really hiding them well. Where are my husband and kids? Living in this crap box. How do I make my breakfast pancake measurements? Oh, go read the book, child. You know I don't give out measurements on the child. No, both my parents did not raise me. My father left when I was quite young, unfortunately. Another one of those stories, right, where the dad leaves. Yes. I'm 5'3". You can see I'm pretty much 5'3". I can tell how tall people are by like how long their limbs look, right? If their limbs are going lower. So this is me at 5'3". 5'3", weigh 126 pounds, probably about 13% body fat right now. So what type of relationship? It's a non-relationship. My father left when I was a child. Photos. You live in Orange County. Yeah, technically you could visit me, Cindy. So do you guys want me to tell a story? You guys asking random questions? I mean, it's kind of weird when people ask you these really personal questions, but I'm pretty transparent, so I will answer them. If you could live anywhere in the world other than the U.S., where would you be? Aw, Lee. Thank you so much. That was very sweet. Dang. Thank you, Lee. That was very kind of you. Unexpected. Thank you so much. Truly. Thank you, Lee. Right, Deborah? How sweet. That was very sweet, Lee. Truly. Okay, so Auntie Val, I lived in Sweden. Yes. I lived in Amsterdam. And I lived in Europe for almost 16 years. So I've kind of done that. Yeah, I lived in Sweden. Så det är därför jag alltid försöker att prata lite svenska. Nästan varje livestream jag försöker prata svenska. För att jag bodde i Göteborg för några år. För att jag var en professional skateboarder. So because I was a professional skateboarder, I ended up moving over to Europe. And I lived in Amsterdam. The first place I really tried to rent an apartment was in Amsterdam. And I was talking to a Dutch girl today in the gym. She's like, did you live in Amsterdam? I go, yeah. I lived on Sumatra Straat. And she was like, oh, you lived in Sumatra, in the Sumatra area. And I said, yeah. If I could live anywhere else, I don't know. I feel like I haven't traveled enough of the world, even though I've been traveling all over the world the last couple of years. If you guys watch my old videos, yo, I'm about to travel. I'm going to go to New Zealand, which I probably would never move to. I'm going to go to New Zealand. I want to go to India. I want to go to Japan. I want to go back down to South America. I've been to a lot of countries, though. I'm not going to lie. I've been to a lot. I've been very fortunate, right? And I mean, I lived 2 months in Africa. I went to Egypt for a couple weeks, and I stayed with people, like with families and real people. Like I stayed in Cuba, a Cuban family years and years and years ago. I went to East Berlin when they were still the checkpoint Charlie and the wall was still up. And Moscow, I think I want to go to Moscow too and have them trip on me. Like, who is that girl? Love your attitude about life. Being silly keeps you young. Exactly, right? Right? I wish I spoke Spanish, Jake. Like, I grew up in Cali and I know some Spanish, but it is rusty. So I am going to learn Spanish. I said this to my friend the other day, who's Mexican. I said, bro, yo, I need to learn some Spanish. She's like, you don't need to. I was like, don't say that. Tell me I need to learn how to speak Spanish. It should be the main language of the United States. How's that for multiculti? Tyler, my fears are liars. Those are my fears. I'm not afraid of anything else. If you die, you die. You don't know when you die. You're gone. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I went to Australia last year. Yes, I did it. I did a 1-month seminar in Australia. I went to Melbourne. I went to Sydney, and I went to Brisbane, and then I went to Bali, in between. So I'm not afraid of anything, you guys. I'm afraid of liars. I don't like freaking liars. Liars. I don't like liars. I'm not afraid of them. I'm making a joke. I'm not literally afraid of liars, but they stress you out. Liars stress me out. I don't want to deal with that crap. Don't lie. Don't project one thing and project another. It's stressful. I'm not literally afraid of anything. Oh, so you speak fluent Spanish. Your mom was adopted into a Peruvian family. Very cool, Septira. Very, very cool. When I travel, I only stay on keto, like full keto. Yo, I went to Cambodia jungles, full keto. I went to Ecuador, jungle, full keto. I went to Bali, full keto. Yo, China, full keto. Yo, Africa, twice, full keto. Oh, thank you, Carla. Thank you so much. Can you travel with me? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. I went to Iceland, right? I went to Reykjavik, full keto. When was my last date? I don't go out on dates. I hang out, and that's all the time. I don't like have dates. Do you know what I mean? I don't go out on dates. Guys they don't know how to ask me out on a date. They'd be like I'll meet them, we'll at a certain situation, and then they'll be like, "Hey, do you want to hang out on Saturday?" And I'll be like, "Sure, let's go hang out and do something." It's more like that. Waterworld, Dancing with Wolves. What about it? I don't date. I don't have dates. I hang out, and every time I hang out, it's awesome, because I'm there. Just saying. Just saying. I don't have a favorite song. I have different songs, and I have crazy different songs that I like. I was just about to go and take out my playlist on my phone, and then I realized that I would be demonetized and the video would get stripped in 2 seconds. I was like, nope, can't do that. I didn't give up dating, but I don't do dates. Like, I'm too immature. I don't date. Like, we're not going to go to the movies. We're not going to go out to dinner. Like, I don't do that stuff. Like, there was a guy that I knew years ago who asked me out on a date, and I was like, I can't do this stuff. I like to hang out. I like to go hiking. I like to go skateboarding. I like to go work out. I like to go and, like, make food and have a picnic. They're not dates. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I might go to the park and do handstands, but I'm not going to date. I don't date. Yes, I'm still writing my book. Too much work. My body's incredible. Thank you, Glasgow. Oh, and Ireland. Oh, no, Scotland. Oh, Highlands in Scotland. So beautiful. Love it. Love, 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 love. And Ireland. I really want to go to Ireland. I miss Ireland. Oh, and the Czech Republic. Praha. Love it. And Budapest. Budapest. Love me some Budapest. Love it. And Copenhagen. Love Copenhagen. One of my favorite cities. And Amsterdam. Those are my favorite cities. How well do you handle? I'm a rock star, Tyler. I am a rock star. I'm a rock star because I had this conversation the other day with my friend. I was stressed about a couple of things, and I was like, I told you I'm a fixer. I was stressed about like 3 things, right? 3 major things in my life, and I was like, getting all stressed out, and I was like, boom, solution, boom, done. And then I instantly felt better. I gave myself about 2 hours to feel stressed, and I got tired of feeling stressed and annoyed and upset. And I was like, solution, Steph, you're a fixer. Fixed it, I was good to go. Good to go. I don't like things to brew more than 2 hours. Yes, my birthday's coming up. What 3 things were you stressed out about? Not today. Nope. I'm very, very transparent, but some things need to be released in the right timing. I can tell you now, but no. Is the liver right now? I'm always catching after. But oh, yeah, I'm live. I'm totally live. Do you have siblings? I have a brother. Yes, I have an older brother who does not do keto. And who won't do keto. Yes. No. It's been 2 weeks since I started your keto plan. Okay, cool. I hope it's going well. I'm running out of water, so I think it's time to go. You still have to get your mojo. Good, 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 good. Hey, from Georgia. Is that Georgia as in the States, Wilhelmina, or is that Georgia in Russia? Just kidding. I have lovely bones. Thank you. I do try as we get older. Vegetarian keto, yes, it's possible. Happy birthday, Steph. My birthday is not until next month. Yes, I'm a Virgo. What is it? I'm in Georgia. Are you in Georgia too? You're in Atlanta. I have a cousin in Atlanta. She's like, Stephanie, come to Atlanta. I was like, all right, chill out. She's like, you should move to Atlanta. I'm like, no. She's like, it's so great here, and there's like a Hollywood, Georgia. I mean, Atlanta. I was like, no. Nope. I'm not going to go through that winter crap anymore. Nope. You can't really mean you're transparent and at the same time withhold stressful things. No, it's not the stressful things. Tyler, I kind of don't care what you think. I can do whatever I want to do. I can make up the rules if I want to. So I keep starting and stopping. Is that keto? You can't do this. You can do, Tyler, I'm 50, bruh. I can do whatever I want to. I've been walking on the planet 50 freaking years. Slam, slam. And I still like this. Bro, I can do whatever I want to do. I can do whatever I want. Can't call yourself and call myself whatever I want to call myself. I'm 50. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. Okay, do you have a P.O. box? I can send you gifts. Oh, you don't have to send me gifts, Cindy. I had a P.O. box, but I think it expired because they're like $180 a year, and I never used it. And I was doing an Amazon return, and there's a P.O. box there. I was like, should I update my P.O. box? I was like, and then I didn't. Don't know how to like up stream. Somebody tell Mickey how to like up the stream. We're 50, that's a like. No, I'm almost 51, Glasgow. What is it? Grown, a woman? I'm grown, a woman. I'm a grown, woman. Seriously, I talk about this all the time to millennials. I'll be like, bro, that stuff you care about, I don't care about, bruh. Like, I don't care. They'd be like, yeah, blah, 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 life's not fair. And I'm like, I feel sorry for y'all gonna grow up with AIs and like, our water source is gonna run out. And I was like in the 70s, like riding my bike, listening to like all kind of music. It was epic. That's what happens when you get older. You define, like, the millennials will be like, I wonder what I look like when I'm gonna get older. I'm like, well, I am older, so this is what I look like, okay? This is what I look like. So you just kind of know who you are at a certain age. You know who you are. You know how you feel. Like, stuff, people try to get you involved in arguments and just like, you go like this, I don't care. I'm like, I'm over it. I'm so bored. I'm so, please, my brain needs to be stimulated. Things just change as you get older. Tyler? Oh, it's too long to explain how to start a simple plan. I'm about to go. 70s and 80s were the best, right? They were so fun. You just gave me a like. Thank you, Jake. Thank you so much. Gracias. Muchas gracias. What memories sticks out in your head from childhood? Oh, there's a lot. I think going to Aloha Skate Palace up in NorCal, and I was rexing. So think about it. I go from quad skates to skateboarding. And like rexing and skating backwards and like, roll, bounce, like listening to music like that at the skating rink. I would say like at 11 or 12, and like a cute boy would be like, do you want to go skate around on like the romance song or whatever? Those are the types of memories. Or like riding around the neighborhood. Like I learned how to ride a unicycle when I was 6 years old, and I'd be like riding the unicycle down the street, and like cars would honk. My mother would be like, my daughter learned how to ride a unicycle. Need to show your identity proof. How in the world do you manage to look like that at this age? It's possible, child. It is possible. Okay, and brown skin has very little to do with it. Trust. Okay, lithium is an element listed between hydrogen and helium. These are toxic. There's no way that lithium should be consumed. Okay, whatever. You're talking about something else. I don't care, Travis. I don't know what you're talking about. Roll, bounce. I love that song, right? When I was growing up, I loved like, we are family. I got all my sisters and me. You're going to Thailand for your 50th. I went to Thailand too. I must lose that fat. Thanks for sharing. Okay, be careful for the street food. Okay, in Thailand. You can do full keto in Thailand, yes. But Thailand's great. It's cheap too. Is keto the right form? Keto tips on adapting arthritis, hip. Michael, I'm tired. Not like mentally, but I just like, it's too, like, the questions aren't simple. They're too long. It'll have to be, go push the push the notification button. So when I go live, you can ask me in the beginning of a stream and not at the end. Yes, keto wrong can definitely stop your period in a heartbeat. So be very careful. The wrong application of keto. The right one can restart it. If you could start your own business, what would it be? It'd be this business. Tyler, really though? Yo, I'm doing exactly what I designed and want to do. I don't want to do anything else. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do nothing else. I've done a lot of things. This is what I want to do right here, right now. There's nothing else I want to do but this. Nothing. Nothing. I don't want to do nothing else. I've done it all. I want to do this. Thank you, Jeffrey. Whelming, Iris, try to increasing. Okay, so Jared, thanks. Do you want to have kids or husband? No, I've never really been in traditional marriage. I think it's stupid. Especially I went to Africa and they like, you know, it's like, oh, you give that other person a fork and you're married. I don't like the institution of marriage. Never had. When I was a little girl, I was never like, I want to be in the white dress. I can't wait. Never. Nope. Not even for a second. Nope. That's why I've been never married and divorced. Kids, I've always wanted to have kids, but I don't want to have a child with the wrong person. That's the reason why I never had kids. The guys that I was with before, they weren't the right person. And it's one time. You have kids, you're with that person forever. And if you can't find that person that you want to be with forever, I'd rather not have a child than to be with the wrong person just because I selfishly want a child. Nope. Came from a broken home. Don't need to have a second one. Continue going. And marriage is overrated. Yeah, I was never, as a small little girl, I was never enchanted by marriage. Ever. Never. No. Not at all. 6 packs right here. Hadn't gone anywhere. See? Boom. 6 packs here. It's actually a 4-pack. I completely agree with you, Stephanie, about marriage. Helen, yeah. All types of men. We got the old mother suckers, right? They come up to me and they like up in your face. I'm like, bro, back. The older ones have no shame in their game. They up in your face, Brad. They're like up in your face. The ones who approach me the most are millennials. All day, every day. They think I'm like around 32. And so they come up to me. And then sometimes when I get annoyed, I'm like, all I have to do is say my age and then the demeanor changes. They're like swinging their thing. They're like, hey. I'm like, you know I'm old enough to be your mom, right? They're like, what? Everything changes when I say my age. But the ones who I stay friends with, after a while, they forget my age again. So if I bring it up, they're like, shut up. You're the same as us. Stop talking about that stuff. Like when I was learning how to do handstands with like a 19-year-old, and we would do it every day. He's like 23 now, or 22. So we would do handstands all the time. I'm not religious at all. Not zero. Nope. Age matters if you let it matter. If you let people dictate how you should act, like you shouldn't act that way, you're this age. I laugh because they cannot mess with me. Just like people can't mess with my keto. Oh, you must be so deprived. You must be so bored. No, I love it. It's amazing. I feel sorry for you. Don't you miss sugar? Oh, H-E-double-L, no. Oh, no. And I would be swearing, but then trust me, I love to swear. It's not like I'm not opposed to swearing. Don't tell them your age. No, I don't care. I've not told my age. I don't care anymore. I'm just like, this is my age. If you deal with it or not, I don't care. I tell them. That's the reason why I started announcing my age on the internet, because I was so afraid to announce my age before, because we're such an ageist, society. People will judge you based on what they look at, and then people would know my age and start treating me different. And the ones that you really become friends with, they don't care. Like they know in the back of their mind, like these millennial guys, they know that I'm older. They know that. But they knew that there was something about me different anyway before. Like there's the fact that I have muscles, right? That I have muscles. That's weird. Then there's the fact that I'm more athletic than these guys. That's weird. Then there's the fact that I'm smarter than them. That's weird. So by the time I get to the age, they are already weirded out by me on everything else that I do. So the fact that, you know, and that I don't have a filter. So by the time I say my age, it's still just like one more thing that makes me weird. So I might as well just say the age and get over it. I don't care. You're going to sub? Cool. Age of Society. Yeah. Supreme. What's up? What's up? Just found your vid's menstrual cycle, the ketogenic diet. Okay. They're old though. I need to update some of that stuff because I've learned so much more. I'm the business, Mona. I'm the business. No, I'm serious, guys. Like at this juncture, I live here in LA. When you start asking people what their age is, they're like, I don't want to tell because then you're going to judge me. I'm like, I'll tell my age. They're like, no, because you look young. And I'm like, okay, you got issues. I feel sorry for you. You got issues on top of issues. Yeah, but I won't be able to get work if they know me. I'm like, no. It's like, I used to think that too. But once I started announcing my age, no guy, there's no guy that's like, won't approach me anymore. They still approach me. It's not like people aren't approaching me. It's not like I can't get a job by letting my age out. It actually helps me, I think. I'm not looking for a roommate in this little shoebox. Hell no. Hell no. Age gives you respect. Sometimes keto rash comes and goes. Yeah. It should go. If you're consistent and you don't do things like tea bags and mushrooms and cheese. Oil of oregano made my stomach up. 4 drops orally. What do you I would say lauricidin. You guys know I'm all about the lauricidin. Okay guys, I'm gonna go because I told myself I was only gonna do 30 minutes and now it's almost 2 hours. That's how screwed up I am. I'm addicted to not being able to get off the stream. I'm weak. That's what I'm weak at. Not being able to get off. No summary. No, I can't. No, next stream, I'm about to get off. Like, after a while, I get so irritated. It's almost 2 hours of doing this, and I get irritated. It's like past my relaxed time. Good night, everybody. Bon nuit. Good night. Sauf sagot. Right? Can you see my calves? There we go. Oh, thank you. Is it what is it? MRLJ? Thank you. Love you too. Bye-bye, Cindy. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining the chat. And I like the questions, Tyler. They were just a little bit like, I don't know. I need more thought-provoking questions. Not like, for thought-provoking. Yeah, so it's time to go. I want to thank everyone again for coming to the chat. Thank you for everyone who donated to the super chat. It was unexpected, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Ladivi. Enjoy your night. I will. I'm going to eat right now. It's just getting late past. I don't like to eat late. I can't stand to eat late. Can't stand it. I feel like I got a brick in my stomach. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Buenas noches. That's right. I forgot to say buenas noches. Buenas noches. Thank you, everyone, for joining the super chat. And I'm so excited to be alive in this crazy world that we live in. Thank you. Good night. Don't forget to push the notification button to know when I go live. I gotta leave. Glasgow. And also, don't forget that the book is going to come out. I'll announce when. I have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, subscription base. You can go to that on my website. And my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. And my other Facebook, which is free to everyone, is called Stephanie the Business Person, as in boom, right? As in boom, the business, right? That's the business at the age of almost 51. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you. Join me on Messenger. Jared, oh, hell to no. The last thing I want to do is talk to any more people. I want to escape. See, this is what happens when you get older. You talk, and then you're like, I don't want to talk to anybody else. Done. Good night. Bye-bye. I'm over it. No more talking. No. Do you know how many people message me on my DMs? Hundreds. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands. So, no. Don't do that. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you. And I'm out. Peace. Another 10 minutes. Hell no. I'm out. I know, Deborah. It's so bad. Chat is so bad. And I can do that. Oh my God, it's so bad. I gotta go. All right, guys. Love you. And I'm out.